Have you ever done something you regret?
Enjoy your food.
You too.
With this girl's power, you get to do it all over again.
Enjoy your food.
I love you.
Oh yeah, time travel. That's pretty cool, right? This mon was called Hand Jumper.
Hand jumper.
And when I started this, I thought it was gonna be pretty straightforward. Oh, okay, the sister is the villain. All right, everybody's got cool powers. Nice, nice. So then the main character is gonna get strong enough to take on her sister, you know, save the world, something like that. Okay, that sounds good. Please inject that straight into my veins. But I had no idea what I was in for. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everyone in between, I think I found it. I have found the most evil hero I have ever seen. This girl right here, the 180 that she does, no, the 720 no-scope backflip yoinky sploinky that this girl performs, I've only seen it one other time. Have you ever seen Death Note? She's like Light Yagami with a pair of dorky glasses on. See, but at first, she's the classic nerdy girl. You know, she studies really hard. Oh, she wants to get a cool corporate job one day. Oh, she's got a crush on the cute boy in school. Okay, okay. But the minute that this girl gets a modicum, a taste, a tiny little of power, she goes batshit insane. She changes into one of the most manipulative, conniving, conning, devious, dastardly, cold-hearted characters that I've ever seen in my 87 years of life. This girl beats up civilians, she puts her friends in harm's way for her own benefit, she discriminates against her own people, and worst of all, she thinks those glasses look good. Her entire world revolves around her. She's the center of the solar system, and she wears Saturn's ring as a cute halo. It makes sense that she's where the sun is because she burns everyone that gets close to her. She always says yee-haw instead of ha-yee. Whenever she's asleep, she goes me 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 me. Her phone wallpaper is probably just herself. Let me start from the beginning. This is Sayon. Everyone say hi, Sayon.
Hi, Sayon.
In her world, there's normal people and there's aberrants. An aberrant is a person born with special powers, like they can make things float, they can clone themselves, they can heal people, you know, things kinda like that. Hey, whoa, 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 I know what you're thinking, and it's not like My Hero Academia, and that is slander. In My Hero, everyone has cute quirks, and they're all friends. Haha, wrong. There's no fun to be had here, for God's sakes, read the room. Life is pain, everything is tuberculosis, and Sakon, Ligma, and Sugma are all real diseases. What makes Hand Jumper different from My Hero Academia is racism. Yes, everybody's racist in this world, which of course is pretty stupid, but it's actually an interesting dynamic. And it adds a whole lot to the story too. Let me show you. So Sayon's sister is an aberrant. An illegal aberrant. You see, when a child discovers their aberrant powers, they're supposed to join the Aberrant Corps, which is basically the government. There is no other choice. You want to be the next Taylor Swift, but you can shoot laser beams out of your eyeballs? That's too bad, that's too bad. Welcome to the Marines. Is your life's dream to own a Cracker Barrel, but you can grow giant blades out of your hands? Where's your patriotism, young man? Come fight for your country. If you're an aberrant, you either join the government or you're a criminal. No ifs, ands, buts, nuts, sacks, or cracks. So, Sayon's sister decides to become a criminal, but we'll get back to her later. And if you do join the government, you'll have no days off, you will earn no money, and the survival rate for new recruits is 20%. Yes, 20%. That means if you and your 4 homies go into combat, it's only gonna be you coming back, and nobody's gonna kiss you goodnight. But Sayon thinks she's different. She doesn't have any aberrant powers. She has no nutrients. She can't be an aberrant. Come on, don't be crazy. When she grows up, she wants to be a judge, so she can put away all the bad aberrants and keep them away from all the normal good people out there. Clean up the streets, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, dude? There's just one little hair in the soup.
Miss Sayon Lee? You're an aberrant.
It turns out aberrants are genetic. If your mom was an aberrant, congratulations! You're now a second-class citizen with a cool party trick that will be forced to fight your own kind or be put down like Marley at the end of the 2008 Christmas hit Marley and Me, which is what happens to Sayon. Not the getting put down part, the joining the government part. Her power gets discovered, and she's shipped off to the Aberrant Corps. Sayon, of course, being the main character, she has to get one of the most OP powers I have ever seen. this girl can rewind time. Okay, whoa, hold on. It's not like she can rewind to the day that she was born. There's gotta be some rules here. So at first, she can replay the last 20 seconds. All she's gotta do, snap her fingers, bada bing, bada boom. It's like you never said that to the waiter. Everything's fine. Pay the bill and tip 30%. But for Sion, it's a little bit different. She can rewind the last 20 seconds over and over and over until she gets it right. But she can't go back 20 seconds, then 20 seconds, then 20 seconds. No, that's illegal, so it's just a time loop. So Sion is drafted into the Aberrant Corps by force, and she wants to climb all the way to the tippity top, so she can take on her big sister, whose only crime has been loving her. And running a giant crime syndicate. And she will do whatever it takes to get there. And I mean whatever it takes. I'm gonna get into spoilers for this story, so if you don't want to know that, you can read this on the Webtoons app. It's called Hand Jumper. Check it out. But this is spoiler central, okay? Let's go! Here's a great example that shows the kind of person that Sion is. Capture the flag. So Sion and her teammates are supposed to take on another team and capture the flag. There's 3 rounds, and in the beginning, nobody knows what powers the other team has. They could make balloon animals from their fart bubbles, or be able to cause giant earthquakes. We have no idea. We don't have the technology. So what Sion does is replay the matches over and over and over so she can see the team's powers and gather more knowledge to find the correct way to move forward. You know what I'm saying? See, this is classic problem solving in an interesting way by using your character's powers. This is good storytelling. But this is where things get interesting. Do you see this guy with the cool blade hands? Yeah, he cuts off a guy's hand that's on the other team. Look at that, that is a beautiful cut right there. But see, this cool blade hand guy, he didn't want to actually cut off the other guy's hand. Sion told him to do it. She wanted him to maim this innocent person so that they could win a training exercise. But that's just one thing. Here's Exhibit B. Do you see this girl? Her name is Ryujin. Everyone say hi, Ryujin.
Hi, Ryujin. Cool hat.
Ryujin used to be an illegal aberrant, but was captured and forced into the Aberrant Corps just like Sion. But she refuses to use her powers. But see, Sion wants to know what Ryujin's power is. So Sion's gonna do whatever she can to figure out Ryujin's power. Do you see this hat that Ryujin's always wearing? It's not the greatest look, but it's pretty important to her. So what does Sion do? She pulls the hat off her head and stomps on it right in front of her to try and piss her off, you know? Maybe she'll use her power then. But it turns out that hat was given to Ryujin by her family, you know, before they were all unalived by the Aberrant Corps, which she was then captured by and now forced to work for. So that was pretty important to her. That was kind of cold-hearted, wasn't it, Sion? Yeah, do you feel bad about it? Nah, that's what I thought. But that's not even the worst thing either. There's also a scene of her interrogating a civilian by beating him up and then rewinding time as if that erases all of her sins. And suddenly everything's okay, but is it really though? You still beat up the guy. Just because no one else remembers doesn't mean it didn't happen. But then also, this one really takes the cake. What if I told you that Sion held a child hostage? Sion and her team are out on a mission. They're looking for a really strong aberrant to try and bring in for questioning. This aberrant's super strong and high up in a crime syndicate. By the way, there's like 3 or 4 different crime gangs in this manga. It's a little hard to keep track of. Anyway, Sion and her team go headfirst into this really incredibly dangerous mission, but they actually find the aberrant that they're looking for. And she is super strong. Like, she can throw exploding stars at people and send them straight to the Lord, all wrapped up, ready to go. So if you're a team of hopelessly outmatched teenagers that are still picking their nose and popping their zits against a super incredibly powerful enemy, what do? Do you run away? Do you try to fight? Do you try to negotiate? No. For Sion, running away is not an option. She knows that if they can pull this off, her and her team can move up just a little bit higher in the ranks, and she'll be a little bit closer to that sweet power that she so desperately wants. So earlier in the day, before they ran into the super strong aberrant, Sion and her team ran into this child. The child was looking for somebody, but they didn't know who it was. It turns out the child is related to the super strong aberrant. So of course, what's a girl to do? What is the best option? Hold a child at knife point. And she does this with zero hesitation. For her, it's the most optimal choice to get the job done. For her team, it is the worst thing that their squishy teenage eyeballs have ever seen. To the point where Ryujin actually turns on Seon, telling her to let go of the kid or she'll make her. Before Ryujin can actually make Seon let go of the kid, the entire team gets evacuated from the scene by another teammate and they take the child with them. They have successfully kidnapped a child for the government. That's another one in the can, baby. Everybody high five. High fives all around. Now, Seon may be the most unlikable girl ever, but do you see how good this is? She's always thinking 12 steps ahead. She's playing 8D chess and everybody else is barely 1D. Her head is always full of delusions of grandiosiness. And the thing is, deep down, she does still care for people. She does care about her teammates. She does care about the boy in school that she had a crush on. But the thing is, she cares about herself so much more. It's like she's driving 90 miles an hour with a blindfold on and a bunch of innocent people in the back seat. And for me, I cannot look away. This man was too good. I am fiending for more, like a tiny little chihuahua when their owner shakes the puppy chow bag. I am all in, baby. That's all there is to the story for now. I had to skip over a ton to get this to fit into a small video. Thank you very much for watching. I also made a video about another YouTuber that stole one of my videos and got less views from it. So you should click here to see what that's about. And there's also more stuff on my Patreon. That is patreon.com/sriracha. I make a new post for every single video that I upload here, and it's only $5 a month. I think that's a pretty good deal. There's also videos over there too. You should check it out. All right, thanks. See you later.